But look, the sun is getting smaller and
Wow.
smaller, thinner and thinner crescent here. So I'm waiting for the moment when the filter gets whipped off. And I'm sure everyone on the beaches in Australia is now making their judgment call as well. They'll be looking at the sun
Yeah.
still through their filters, and they'll be wanting to know the same. When is it that we can take the filter off and look at the sun without any level of protection? So it'll be interesting to see if the diamond ring actually is seen here as well through the filter.
Yes, of course. That's a really important bit of that, because that's kind of halfway between wanting the filter and not wanting the filter. So that's going to be quite a judgment call.
Yeah.
So what is going? Where's the rest of the sun? I mean, I'm trying to understand what's going on here. Is it just? Maybe you can help us understand what's going on right now.
Yeah, so it's being blocked out by the moon, and so there's still a little bit of the moon that's overhanging on the other side of the sun, as it were. And in a matter of seconds now, the moon will perfectly fit over the disk of the sun in the sky. So they match very, very closely during a total solar eclipse. Afterwards, we can talk about different kinds of eclipses. But now we're just seeing the final seconds before the moon perfectly fits over the sun. So that nothing else of the sun can be seen now, just that tiny, tiny, thin wedge. And I can see it going. I can see it going.
Right. It's just, there it goes.
It's a few pixels,
Is this technically totality happening right now?
There it's gone. Yes. So
there it is.
You see the diamond ring. So this
Wow,
was
there's
the
the
diamond ring
diamond
that I was referring to. Absolutely perfect timing.
Stunning.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yes.
And there it goes. Fantastic. So now we're in totality. We have 2 minutes to make the most of this and look at the structures. And you can see already these linear structures coming away from the sun's disk. So right now the moon is perfectly fitting over what we call the photosphere, the bright disk of light of the sun. And we're seeing the very faint atmosphere of the sun, which is dominated by charged particles and magnetic fields that we don't normally get to see with our eyes because the photosphere is so light. That is beautiful.
That is cool. So we're looking
that diamond ring effect that we saw, Lucy, that is the last vestige of light that we can see going through a valley, isn't it? In the valleys and mountains on the limb of the moon.
That's right. So the moon has a lumpy surface. It has impact craters and valleys. It has flat regions and high regions. And so you're right, it's not a perfect circular disk in the sky, and bits of sun's light can come through those valleys just at the very seconds before totality. That is.
And we're going to see it again, are we, at the end of totality?
Yes, very good point. So then in a minute and a half's time, the reverse will happen of what we've just seen previously. So the diamond ring will appear the other side and the moon will start to slip off, and then we'll see the crescent sun that will get bigger and bigger and bigger until the moon is gone in about an hour's time.
Wow.
Pat, I've just had a request if you could make the feed full screen. I don't know whether it's still reverting back to us when we talk, but if you could just make that the full screen in the Hangout if possible.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, I have it selected, so it should be. On my viewer, it is. So, is it? Okay. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it otherwise?
No, I see the Hangout in the same way that you do. That was just a message that I had through on Skype from somebody. But look, over to you, Lucy.
Oh, there it is. Oh, that was just too quick, wasn't it? That was far too
man, there it goes. Oh my gosh.
And bang, they've got the filter back on the telescope immediately. So that's some superb work down there. It really is.
Absolutely. The photosphere is 1,000,000 times brighter than the faint corona, the faint atmosphere that we were just looking at. So you have to put your filter on. You have to put it on so that you don't damage your eyes if you're looking at the sun directly, and you have to put it on so that you can get safe images as well. You don't damage your camera and you don't overwhelm the camera with light and ruin your images. But my goodness, that was through so quickly.